This tutorial is brought to you by FreeSWITCH Solutions. Get the FreeSWITCH advantage.
Hello, my name is Fred Mutesa and I will be your tutor for this tutorial. I know your hands are itching to get started, but before we actually start or before we dive into any advanced stuff, I want to give you the basic concepts of call routing in FreeSWITCH. If we talk about call routing, that means we are considering things like dial plan. I have my network diagram here and I've drawn for you an illustration to show you things that you need to remember while you're working with FreeSWITCH. I've shown you on my diagram that we have a FreeSWITCH box, and we have what we call the external network, and then we have what we call the internal. By default, FreeSWITCH works with what we call contexts. If you're looking at call routing, we have what we call contexts, and these contexts are really important. It's important to understand that by default, FreeSWITCH listens on port 5060 for the default context. That means your internal phones, if they want to register to your FreeSWITCH box, they're going to be registering on port 5060. Their SIP port is 5060. And for the public context, if you want to register to your gateway provider, or if you want to register to another FreeSWITCH box that is creating a SIP trunk, you're going to be looking at 5080. This is very important to understand, because if you don't understand this simple principle, you're going to spend hours and hours of troubleshoot. Let us try to understand the dial plan. In general, the dial plan groups logically similar functions and calling activities into a context. Within a context are extensions, each with conditions, rules, and associated functions to perform in case our conditions match. I'm going to pull up an example so that we can understand what happens, what is involved in an extension and what is involved in actions. Looking at this example, when you look at part 1, we have a context called example. And in that case, we are looking at a context name called 500, and we have a condition there that must be satisfied. And we are saying if the destination number or if the number called is exactly 500, that means if it begins with a 5 and ends with 0, perform this action. It means bridge to the user 500. So basically this extension has a condition that matches the number 500, and under that condition we have an action for calling the user 500. The second extension 501 actually matches the user 501. In case someone calls 501 as a destination number, we send the call to that user in case the user is registered. If the call goes there, we answer the call, and then FreeSWITCH will sleep or will wait for 1 second, and then we'll bridge to the voicemail, and it will play the voicemail for the caller. So we have the closing tags. That means you close them in sequence. You close the condition, you close the extension, and then you close the context. So this actually explains the dial plan. Dial plan is a grouping of contexts, and under those in a context we have extensions, and under extensions we can have particular conditions that must be satisfied in order to perform a particular action. See you in the next video, and in the next videos I'll be tackling and showing you how we handle different technical things.
If you want to advance your knowledge in FreeSWITCH, check out our website for the best training offers, or you can meet us at the ClueCon conference in Illinois, Chicago.